Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some of my favorite Come Follow Me resources for the Book of Mormon. And so if you're interested in this type of content and other homeschool and lifestyle content, please remember to subscribe and let's get into it. Okay, I recently put up on my community page that I'm not going to be making any more Come Follow Me booklets. I've done it for the last 4 years. And I will create a folder of all the ones I've made and put it down below just for like Dropbox links and stuff like that. Some of the first ones I did are a little bit more younger children because I was going with the ages of my kids as they got older. And so the first Book of Mormon ones I would have done would have been catered to younger kids. And I was going to finish out this year, but I was having a lot of computer problems and wasn't able to do it. And so I'm making this video just to show you some of the things that we really like to use besides the booklet that I create. And a good note about that booklet, if you want something similar, is I create it strictly from the primary Come Follow Me manual off of the church website. I just go through, and usually there's like 3 categories under younger children and older children. And I just pick a few things. Some of the categories have more information, so I'll usually split that into 2 days. And I would just write simple questions for 5 days of the week, or if you want it 7 days of the week, that you could have something to talk about every single day. It doesn't have to be complicated, but that's basically what I was doing. And then obviously making it into a page that you could draw a picture or do something like that with. And so if you wanted something similar, I recommend first using the church website. It's a really great resource and has a lot of really fun, great ideas. But other than that, these are the things that we're going to be using. So let's jump in and I will show you a few of them. Okay, the first category is gonna be more geared towards kids, and then I'm going to talk about some of the things that I have for me or for family maybe. And so I put stuff too far away. It's like clear at the other end of the table. Good thing I'm on a sliding chair. We'll have to go get it in a minute. So first, as far as booklets go, we're gonna use the Redheaded Hostess booklets. I've only gotten her stuff once before, and it was more for me just to kind of see what they were like. We didn't use them a whole lot. But this one's for kids. This is for ages 3 to 6. I have some other ones for my older kids. And then she has a new book that's for teens. I didn't get that for my oldest because he's almost 12, but he just didn't seem quite ready for that. And so I didn't get the teenage one, I just got the older kids one. And then I have one for me that I'll show you in a minute. So this is primarily what we're gonna be using. You can order them from her website, or I know some Costco's have them, but they sell out pretty quickly. And so that's what we're going to be using there, as well as her online subscription, which I've been using for several years. And I just have a few pages here. These are for the Old Testament, the New Testament. The New Testament is what we're talking about now. But she has so many online resources, and it's just like $10 a month or something like that. And I'm gonna have to go get baby in a minute. She's crying. But this has activities you can do as a family. Right now, even she has a lot of them that relate to the Book of Mormon, even for the New Testament, like ways you can see, them crossing over. And activities I can easily give my kids and we can work on. Again, if you just want here's something to do today. She has a lot of those. She has a whole activity book with a variety of age ranges on there that you can download. And then she also has a study guide for adults, or you can have it for your older teens maybe, to go through, that goes through all the different studies for that week. And I just think it's a really great resource. And something that I recently found out was that she has the drawn-in videos on there. So I don't know if you've heard of the drawn-in subscription. I think it's around $50 or $60 for the whole year. And videos, David Bowman puts out videos every week, again, that we love to watch. My kids usually watch them Sunday morning as kind of a review of what we've talked about that week. And it's just a really great resource. But if you have her subscription, those are also available. Like, you don't have to pay separately for them. They're on her, so you get her access to her stuff, and then the videos are also right there for that week's content. So really great resources. I absolutely love using the Redheaded Hostess stuff. Okay, my big kids are watching the baby, so hopefully she'll last long enough for me to finish this video. So the next thing I think is really fun is this book, The Ites. This is the Book of Mormon one. They also, sorry, I'm out of breath. I just ran up and down the stairs. They also have one that for the Bible, like it's just one whole one, like it's not separate for the Old and New Testament. But this is really great if you, again, want something maybe daily you could do, or just incorporate every once in a while, because it's talking about the people, right? So like this one is about Aaron. So when you get to talking about Aaron, it gives you some background, it gives you an activity to do, and just something to change it up a little bit if you want something a little different. And then something we're gonna be using is just the Book of Mormon in general. So I just got these from Deseret Book, and I've liked using these in our homeschool and just having my kids, they sometimes will mark stuff in their nicer scriptures for my kids that have nicer scriptures when they turn 8, you know, they get some nicer scriptures that we give them. But for the most part, I just like them to mark in this unless they really want something specific in their other scriptures. And this, for the New Testament, we've been using just the small New Testaments, and it's worked really well as something to pull out, learning how to mark scriptures. And the Redheaded Hostess has some guides too for like the little kids if they want to read through it every week, look through these sections, mark these things, and kind of teaching you how some ways you could start to study your scriptures and mark them, which is really great. So I got 4 of these because obviously my 2 little kids aren't going to be using those. And then let me slide down here and grab, we're back. So these sit on my table, again from the Redheaded Hostess, but I feel like table posters are great. You could create your own thing if you wanted to, but she also, so she has, these just remind me of the Book of Mormon story books type thing format. And so I print those ones out, set these on my kitchen table. And then this one has, this is for Hebrews 11, which is, you know, what's going on right now. So, and it says about faith. And on the back, it has some different story time. It has some videos you can watch with them if you want. And I put these on my table and they become like cereal boxes. You know, when they sit and read cereal boxes, my kids will sit and read these, especially like at breakfast time. And it's really, really great because it's helping them learn about these things. And you know, I'm not like shoving it down their throat, you know, you set it there, and when it's available, a lot of times they're curious about it. And so we've really enjoyed it. And then at dinner time, it's helpful too, because we can discuss what we've learned that day, reference this and be like, oh, what about this? And we can talk about it as a family. And so we're incorporating more scripture study into our day. And so that's worked really well. If you wanted to do something like that, the little holders are just from Amazon, so I can link those down below as well. And then I just wanted to mention a few games. We don't play these consistently. Bingo is a great one, and you can easily make your own bingo cards. It doesn't even have to be fancy. You could just have kids make them, like do 25 boxes and then fill them in with people from the Book of Mormon, with certain stories from the Book of Mormon, with faith, you know, principles, anything like that. And then you could read something and have them guess what it is, like, oh, this person built a boat, and then, oh, that's Nephi, you know, or something like that. And they mark their bingo card. My kids love bingo. That's the game they consistently ask for. And I don't know if I have very many Book of Mormon bingo cards. I can't remember if I even made any, but we'll definitely be doing that. But there's Book of Mormon Heroes, a matching game. So again, these are all great opportunities to talk more about these people. I wouldn't just play the game to play the game. Like, yes, it's great to become familiar with their names, but I think it's even better to use them as a resource to discuss who these people were. And so we have like who said in the Book of Mormon, again, getting to know the people in the Book of Mormon, and a memory matching game. And you could have them, maybe if they flip something over, this one has the Liahona on the front, so that's what I'm thinking about. Ask them what that is, like who used the Liahona, what did it do? And you could dive more into it instead of it just being this kind of surface level game. Again, still good that they're becoming familiar with the terms, but you can make it even more meaningful. So that's what I would do with that, with those, all those games and stuff. Okay, and then resources for me, because that's like, it's like Christmas. It is almost Christmas, but this is like one of my favorite times when a curriculum's changing for church and I get new stuff. it's the best. So I have one of the Redheaded Hostess guidebooks for adults, and it's just beautiful. I love everything about it. And I'm excited to dive into this, so it gives you things to study. So I have that, but besides that, I love using Don't Miss This. They're here on YouTube. They do it as a podcast as well, but they have their book. This is the one for the Book of Mormon. Again, so many just great ways to study, and you can watch their video, their YouTube video throughout the week, and it can give you ideas of things to do, and I just really appreciate that. And then they've been doing the tip-ins, I think just the last few years, and you can put these in your scriptures. They usually have things about people or the book, like where this book came from, who it's talking about, all that kind of stuff. So it's just really helpful. You glue just the very edge of it and stick it in your scriptures. And so you can quickly reference what's going on. And then something else they've done for the last few years is a word a week. Sorry, there's my ring light. And so right here, it has like nearer is one of the names that they're gonna be using for, I don't know if these ones are names of Christ. This year, they're names of Christ that they're picking from the New Testament. And then it has something, you know, a scripture or something Joseph Smith said. And I put these on my fridge. They do have like little holders for them or picture frames for them if you want to buy that. But I actually I don't love things on my fridge, but this just is very minimalistic. And so, minimalistic. Bloop. Sorry, that was just weird. And so I just put them on my fridge with magnets, and I just really like that. You just flip them like they're double-sided for, you know, a couple weeks in a row, so you can just flip it and then you change it. And then something new that they're doing this year is this little doodad. It's a daily thing, and so like January 15th, right? Read this scripture, and then it has some different things here for you to think about or to do. And so I'm excited to try this. So, you know, it says live it. So you read it, you live it, and then you do it. And so I think this is a fun idea. And then I don't have their quote book with me, or like it's just a thought basically per day or for the sections you're studying that week. And I've gotten the past ones, and this one's coming, but it was back ordered for the Book of Mormon, and excuse me. And I really like them. It's usually just thoughts from Emily Bell Freeman and David Butler, and they're just quick little snippets every single day. Again, if you just need a discussion topic, even for the week with your family, they're really great, and you can talk about them. That's the same with like the word a week thing. They're just nice things to have around your house as ways to discuss or incorporate the Book of Mormon and Christ more into your life, and so you don't forget about it. So I really like those things in that way. So that's my like Don't Miss This spill, Redheaded Hostess spill. I love them both. And then the last like scripture thing I wanted to mention is line upon line. It's kind of hard to see, but this is the Book of Mormon, and this is the last one I needed. I have the Doctrine and Covenants, the Pearl of Great Price, Old Testament, New Testament, and so I needed the Book of Mormon one. This is the journaling version, but they also have one that's spiral bound that is the study version, so that one has footnotes. This one doesn't. And honestly, all I've been able to really do with them so far, just especially with having 2 babies in the last 2 years, is to have them just be beautiful on my shelf. And I love that. I love that they are like just sit there on the shelf, and they're really pretty books. And again, they're different colors. You can find the different colors you like, and I just really love them. But I have studied in them a lot. They have really big margins, so if you want to put stickers in them and all that kind of stuff, Don't Miss This has stickers, but I generally don't use them. And they sit in my drawer and waste away. And so I didn't get any this year, but you can put stickers in there, line upon line sale stickers for you to use. And so they also have, again, the other scriptures you can buy. They have a primary version of the Book of Mormon. I've never gotten that one because I'm not gonna buy one for all my kids, that's a lot. But if you wanted something like that, I think there's like pictures and stuff they can color and things. And so they have a lot of really good options. And again, they're just really pretty like coffee table type books and stuff like that. So if you wanted something that way, I recommend. And then the last thing I just threw in here, because I ordered more pens and I'm like, we'll use them for scriptures. That's what we're gonna, excuse for pens. I love buying pens and new ones to try. So these ones are really fine needlepoint pens in different colors. And I think the Redheaded Hostess actually recommended these. So it works in this, you know, haul of all these scripture things, but she said that they work really well in writing in, I think maybe the notebooks and stuff like that as you're taking notes throughout the week. So I'll have to try it, but I was excited to get new pens. Who isn't excited to get new pens? Let's be honest here. Okay, so those are some of my favorite Come Follow Me resources. I hope that you have a wonderful year studying the Book of Mormon. It's just so exciting. I love reading the Book of Mormon and going through it. And I'm just extremely familiar with it as well. So it just is exciting for me. So I hope you have a wonderful Book of Mormon year. And if you enjoyed this video, remember to give it a thumbs up and I will see you soon.